Winter is just around the corner. In preparation, this deer has been growing a thick, warm winter coat over the last month. He decides to eat some remaining grass before the winter snow covers the land. However, life has taught it to remain alert and vigilant, for the dangers of the Colorado mountains are numerous and sometimes unexpected.
Oh, that's not good. Welcome to the train lab. Hey, this is Don from the Nearly Historical Railroad channel. If you haven't already, subscribe. Okay, I'm waiting for you. It's down below the video. Hit the little subscribe button. Go ahead. Yeah, just use your mouse. Just down there. Go on. Okay. Okay, now hopefully you got that out of the way now. So anyways, Jim and Scott are here now. I already kind of fixed a little issue with the reverse loop, or well, I started that, but not interesting to really watch on video. So anyways, I'm gonna work on some stuff. Some stuff. I got a new idea for something. So, and it has to do with this kind of Kenosha Pass area over there. And Scott is working on track over there, so I want to maybe try to flesh out an idea I have over there, because I want to get that done, get track done over there. So maybe we'll get scenery someday out there. Okay, so if you've been watching the videos, you know that we got this coal mine, but it's on the narrow gauge. And a long time ago, I had a place set up that I was gonna make to where you could transfer the coal from the narrow gauge to the standard gauge. But then I took out a bunch of track inside the mountains, got rid of hidden track. You might be able to see that video here. And so now I don't have a good spot to transfer, coal from the narrow gauge to the standard gauge. And I got places to go for the standard gauge coal. So I'll show you. So this is our mill area that we're working on, and this is standard gauge down there, and that is a coal car that's gonna drop coal down there for, running the boiler and stuff here. So that's one location you can take coal that's on the standard gauge. Another possibility is we can make it so you can take coal here. Cement plant could maybe be run by coal. I think right now it's sort of set up maybe for natural gas or whatever. But we have options. So you could bring coal cars over here. But again, standard gauge. Here's another spot that you can take coal, but it is narrow gauge, so you don't need the transfer, so that's good. So I'm gonna throw in a picture here that shows where I was originally gonna put that transfer from narrow gauge to standard gauge, right in this area. So I came up with a new spot. After thinking I was never gonna be able to do it, I came up with a new spot of where to put the transfer of coal from narrow gauge to standard gauge, and that is like right here. So it requires some extra track a little bit, and we want to try to get this track going and stuff. I need to build a turnout for it. I can do that later and still do the scenery here if I wanted to. So I'm gonna experiment with this and see if I can make this work. It's basically gonna come off down here like that. So I'm just gonna experiment with that, see if it will work. It's kind of a big climb, but that might be okay. And there's Scott, he's hiding, there he is. He is working, he's working on, what are you working on?
Right below the camera.
Right below the camera. I think he's working on this stuff. No.
Further over.
This stuff.
Yes.
Yes. So Jim, I think, is gonna do some Sculpt Mold, but I think he's really wearing the white gloves, so he leaves no evidence that he was actually here. Right, so once again, we've got this big room, and we're gonna work in the same little confined area together at the same time. Okay, so here's what I wanna do. I wanna get this in here, but this is straight. The track is not so straight, so it could be better. I'm gonna try and straighten the track out just a little bit. So we don't often get to see what Jim is working on, but but he's no, trust me, he does a lot. But he's actually playing with Sculpt Mold in the land that we deeded him. So our homegrown Sculpt Mold. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and Jim is having fun playing with the Sculpt Mold over there. So I got a straight edge. We're gonna try and straighten this out a little bit.
There we go.
Okay, so pulled some spikes out, and I can straighten this out pretty easy, I think. This will work out well. Got this nice and straight now, I think. So we're gonna try this out. See, the cars line up nice and parallel to the coal chute, wherever it may end up. This works good, and I think things will still run through here fine. So now I want to try to get this curve, this little hill, some structure for that. So I'm gonna cut a support to try and make that work. So while Jim had some Sculpt Mold out, I pointed out this little area that I originally kind of built, and it didn't turn out very level. And I think in the past we were calling this Lover's Leap. It's a nice place to little park cars and watch trains go by down there in the canyon. But
Is that what they call it now?
watching trains, yes, that's what they call it, watching trains go by. But it wasn't level, so he's adding some Sculpt Mold in there to get it a little bit more level. Quick little update. So I got this little support thing in there, but what's cool is with this, I was able to put a piece under there because this kind of moved up and down a little, wasn't real strong. Now it's like nice and solid, so it's so much better now. Just those little things that you don't even know happen, but makes you feel good because it's stronger. All right, Scott and Jim are headed out at the moment, but I still got some more to do myself, so I'm gonna stay a little bit more.
See you later, bye.
Have a good night, YouTubers. Thumbs up, like and subscribe.
Ring the bell.
Alright, made some nice progress on this. I'm happy with how this is turning out. This board will be screwed in up here, and it will go downhill, you know, down and connect in back over here. I have it laying up here just like this because there's a curve in this, and I've kind of laminated the two boards together. So I'm just kind of letting that dry. But there's actually two boards here, so I'm hoping that I can just kind of bend this down and it will naturally make a nice vertical curve. We'll see how that works out, but looking good, looking good. Okay, everyone's gone now. Jim got some Sculpt Mold down where he put this siding in. So this is gonna work out pretty nice, I think. And while we're here, this yard, you don't know it, we haven't talked about it too much, but all these turnouts were kind of manual little throws, and some of them worked good. I went through, I got them all working great, and then after a while, some of them stopped working. So my dad's been working on putting tortoises in on all of them. And the reason is, well, partly because what I just explained, but also, it's dark, so you can't really see, but there's a staging yard that goes underneath this layout, and we have not put it back in yet. And we're trying to get these tortoises all working well before we put that in, because it will be a little easier to do it now than once we try to get this yard in. Jim put some Sculpt Mold in here so that it's a little more level, so your car won't roll off the cliff if you don't have the parking brake set. And yeah, so that's good. I'm gonna smooth that out a little bit in just a minute. Scott has gone through and added a few more ties in here and a few other little spots here and there.
Okay, so that concludes tonight's broadcast. I was here, my dad Don was here, Scott was here, and Jim was here. That's cool. If you like the videos, please subscribe, check out the other ones, hit the thumbs up button, and all that type of stuff. Tell people about it, and all that. You know what? Have a good time, be safe out there, and we will see you later on the Nearly Historical Railroad channel.